Call this meeting to order. If everyone could please stand and join us for the pledge. Tonight, we will be led in the pledge. I met with some young ladies before the board meeting. They are working on their Silver Star Award, the Girl Scouts from Troop 75852. All right, ladies.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Mattson? Here. Trustee Scalise?
Here.
Trustee Reiser?
Here.
Trustee Christofferson?
Here.
Trustee Wilson?
Here.
Trustee Galuza is absent. Mayor Balderman?
Here. All right, first up tonight, we've got a great deal going on, a swear-in here for one of our newest police officers, Jennifer Lee. Jennifer grew up in Manhattan and in Frankfurt. She attended Lincoln Way Central and Lincoln Way West before earning her bachelor's degree in psychology from Lewis University. Officer Lee served the Orland Park Police Department in both community service officer and dispatcher roles. Through these positions, she gained valuable experience in public safety, communications, community service, and supporting law enforcement operations. Officer Lee graduated from the University of Illinois Police Training Institute on August 20th and is now beginning her career as a police officer here in New Lenox. Her education, prior public safety experience, and commitment to serving others will be valuable assets to our department and our community. And before I bring Officer Lee up, I want to say thank you to the members of our police department that are here. We've got some out there in the hallway as well, as I see some, I think, retired people as well, so it's great. Jennifer, you're joining a fantastic police department all the way up and down the line, and you're coming to serve a community that is very supportive of quality law enforcement. Obviously, there are some issues going on nowadays that people are not happy about, flock cameras and that sort of thing, and there have been abuses, but in reality, we have a very professional police department, and we're excited to have you here. To your family, whoever is here from the family, hi family, how are you? Know that you'll be well taken care of, that she'll be working with tremendous people and a village that's incredibly supportive of her and what she does. So I would ask you to please step forward. I state your name.
I, Jennifer Lee,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge the duties and responsibilities
that I will faithfully discharge the duties and responsibilities
of police officer in the village of New Lenox, Illinois,
of police officer in the village of New Lenox, Illinois,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and that I will uphold the Constitution and laws of the United States,
and that I will uphold the Constitution and laws of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Illinois,
and the ordinances of the village of New Lenox, so help me God.
and the ordinances of the village of New Lenox, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone who came out tonight. Great support. It's a great community to be a part of. I'm so happy and excited to join the Village of New Lenox family and to serve to the best of my ability and to always be there for anyone in the community who needs me. Just want to say thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Good luck.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay. We say this all the time because it happens all the time, but government is often and rightfully so criticized for their handling of finances, budgets, financing. That's not something that happens here. We have got an amazing finance director, finance department, and she will tell you, of course, all the staff that pitches in to make part of it. But Kim, you do such a great job for us, and you have for so many years. Tonight you'll be receiving, again, the Government Finance Officers Association Certificate of Recognition for a distinguished budget preparation for fiscal year 2026-2027. In a community of our size, that's a massive undertaking. Kim, why don't you just talk a little bit about what it takes to prepare all this and how long it takes?
Sure. Well, the process, it's about a 6-month process to pull together the budget. It is not just a financial plan, but it's a policy document, an operations guide, and a communication device. We do pull together, it does take the whole village employee groups. It is a team project, and I just pull it together and oversee the finishing product. But the budget itself, it is a document that we rely on for the whole fiscal year, and it guides us as to how we spend our money and how we prepare for our capital projects and whatnot. So.
You got to talk for about 5 more seconds.
But I do appreciate all of the department heads contributing. We do start in December. It's kind of early, but so you don't know exactly what you're doing. But for the upcoming year, but we do make sure that we try to communicate really well and make sure everything gets in there as needed.
All right, that was good. Once again, you're far too modest. We do have a great team, but it takes a tremendous leader, and that is you.
Thank you.
So, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Unlike everyone else, we're recognizing you can't go home after your awards. So next up is great. It's recognition of the Rebels 12U team. For 20 years, we have seen so many tremendous student athletes and students achieving great academic successes here in town. And what happens is they will reach out for our office, the coaches or the parents or the teachers will reach out for our office, and we're always happy to recognize them. If we don't know about it, we don't know about it, but when they reach out for us, we do. And Trustee Reiser this is a personal one for you, I know, and you let us know, and so we're very happy to see the team here. So, excuse me. I will read this proclamation for the New Lenox Rebels 12U baseball. The Village of New Lenox is proud to recognize young athletes who demonstrate dedication, teamwork, sportsmanship, and a commitment to excellence both on and off the field. In June of 2026, the New Lenox Rebels 12U black baseball team traveled to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to compete in the Cal Ripken Myrtle Beach tournament, where they faced 26 highly competitive teams from across the country and proudly returned home as champions. The Rebels completed an outstanding season with an overall record of 38-12-2, contributing to a remarkable 4-year record of 154-47-9. achievement that reflect years of hard work, perseverance, and commitment. Many members of the team have played together since they were 7 years old, as every player on the Rebels 12U Black roster comes from New Lenox or our neighboring community of Manhattan, growing together not only as baseball players but also teammates and friends throughout years of practices, games, victories, challenges, and shared experiences. The 2026 New Lenox Rebels 12U Black baseball team, I should have looked to see if there were names first before I got into this, so if I butcher, I'm sorry. Consists of Grayson Fishback, Tyson Gagan, Braden McLean, Sammy Ulstra, Carter Reiser, Colin Ryan, Dustin Reese, Rocco Sasso, Trent Senkpill, Logan White, and Andrew Zaja. You couldn't just all be Smith and Jones. Brian, I should have you read this. That would have been better. These young athletes have been led and supported by their coaches, head coach Jay Fishback, along with volunteer coaches Kevin McWilliams, Randy Senkpill, and Chris McLean, whose years of leadership, encouragement, and dedication have helped shape this team both on and off the baseball field. The families of the Rebels 12U Black team have also played an important role in the team's success, providing years of encouragement and support while building lasting friendships and a strong sense of community around these young athletes. Through their championship season and years of hard work, the Rebels have demonstrated that their greatest accomplishment extends beyond wins and losses, exemplifying what can be achieved when teammates, coaches, families, and a community grow together toward a common goal. And to that point, I would say, just from looking at their 4-year record, that's over 200 games, not to mention countless practices, thousands of practices. And the reality is, as hard as the kids work, as much effort as they put in, and with all the success they've had, kids, I'm sure you know that this is only possible because family members drove you to practices, drove you to games, traveled out of state. Coaches who are very busy in their life volunteered their time to provide you with this experience. So before I bring you up, I think it's only appropriate that we give a round of applause to our coaches, our parents, our volunteers for all that they've done. Boys, that was your opportunity to stand up and give a standing ovation, but you blew it. All right, so I would ask the team to come up and the coaches, please. Brian, why don't you join me? Don't spread out too much, you won't get the picture. I'll stand back here.
Everyone's got to get in front. Some take a knee. There you go. Fish, don't slide over.
One of you guys, go ahead and hold that there, or it can be seen in the picture. There you go. There you go, you got it? Everybody good?
All good?
Hold on, I have to see this bat. Let me see this. Is this,
The golden bat.
was this one of the trophies? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did each one of you guys get one of these? No, this is what you got? That's nice that you're donating this to me. Good stuff. I know how to play. All right, here you go. Congratulations, Coach. Please, feel free to say so.
Thanks, Mayor and Councilman, for having us tonight. Great group of boys. They exemplify respect for baseball, each other. Before every bat, we fist bump. We fist bump every umpire. We fist bump every catcher. After the games, we do sprints in the outfield, win or lose. But just great group of kids, Lincoln Way Central boys, and all Lincoln Way West kids too. So
Love it.
It's fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, boys, This is your last night before school starts. You got one more night after this, but the last night where you don't have to get up early tomorrow. You're welcome to stay here. I wouldn't recommend it. All right, you're welcome to stay, but you're not going to hurt our feelings if you take off. So thank you. All right, thank you. Next, we have a proclamation for Smart Week. And we do this annually. Smart Week talks about gun safety. There's a couple of times a year that we recognize that you can be supportive of the Second Amendment, but you should certainly be supportive of safety and protecting lives. And so when we look at Smart Week, guns, #1 killer of children and teens in the United States, we here in New Lenox are committed to creating a safe environment, contributing to the safety and well-being of our children. Almost every single day, a child gets their hands on a gun and unintentionally kills or wounds themselves or someone else. Research shows that the most effective way to prevent children from accessing firearms is by making sure all guns are stored unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. There are steps that we can all take, gun owners and non-gun owners alike, to make sure kids can't access guns and put themselves and others in danger. More than half of gun owners don't lock their guns securely. An estimated 6.7 million children live in a home with at least one unlocked and loaded gun in the United States. 6.7 million kids. When guns aren't properly stored, tragedy can strike, whether it's a child finding a firearm and wounding or killing themselves or someone else, or someone stealing it and using it to commit crimes in our communities. Protecting public safety in the community they serve is our highest responsibility here. Schools, hospitals, state agencies, and community organizations are committed to their crucial role in reducing injuries and deaths by promoting secure gun storage and safety. Smart Week raises awareness and promotes efforts to educate the public about secure gun storage. It seems nowadays that no matter what we talk about, and we're going to have another issue on the agenda here tonight, people want to take an extreme issue. I want to take a side of the issue. And that's not reality. That's not where most of us live, and quite honestly, that's not where, in my opinion, most of us should be living. You don't have to look at something when someone's talking about a concern and be all in or all against. There are common sense ways that we can work together to protect those, especially those that are most vulnerable, without giving up freedoms that we enjoy. But we seem to want to be so entrenched in one side is right and one side is wrong, and the effort to communicate and listen to others and have respectful dialogue and try and find good compromise that's in the best interest of almost all of us is a lost art, made worse, of course, by gutless social media. But this is one of those cases. I know we've been doing this for a long time, you and I have together, and I'm a retired police chief and a Second Amendment supporter. But I have a friend of mine, I did lose a son of a friend of mine for this very reason, unfortunately. A good person, a smart guy, just unfortunately a child was able to get access to a weapon and lost his life. And it happens, and I've seen it happen in this community. And so to say that you can only be on one side of this issue is really a mistake. And in this case, it could be a very grave mistake. So I appreciate all of your efforts and what you do. And not once in my many years of dealing with you and the organizations that you're with, have you ever asked me or this board to take an extreme position, nor have you ever been closed-minded to conversation. And I think if we all did that, a little bit more, we'd all be living in a much better world. So regardless of where anyone stands on this issue, and I stand with you in the sense that gun owners have a very serious responsibility to keep their firearms safe. Regardless of where anyone stands, you commit so much of your time. We talked about the coaches and what they do. You commit so much of your life and your time to these issues, not for pay, not for recognition, but just to try and make the world a better place. So thank you for what you do and for being here. Thank you. All right, if you'd like to say a few words, please feel free.
Yeah, I'm just going to make this real quick. Once again, I appreciate the mayor and the board for recognizing Smart Week, which is S is for securing your firearms in your homes and vehicles. M is for modeling good behavior. If you're a firearm owner, model good behavior around your family. The A is for ask. We have to ask when we send our children and grandchildren to other people's homes, how do you secure your guns? And R is the role that firearms play with suicide. The suicide rate for teens and youth are going upwards in our country due to firearm access. And then the T is for telling others to be smart. And that's basically all I have to say. Thank you once again, and spread the word about being smart.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. All right, next up on the agenda is consent agenda. They are the minutes of the regular meeting for July 27th, 2026. Raffle license for the Knights of Columbus Council 4698. Proclamations for the following: National Payroll Week, National Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, National Suicide Prevention Month. Setting a surety for Teerling Lakes Phase 2, an ordinance creating Class SE liquor license, VFW Post 9545 Warrior Walk, and approval of purchase for exterior cameras at the police station for the police department. Does any member wish any of those items to be pulled and discussed separately? All right, if not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Mattson, second by trustee Christopherson. Nothing further, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye, and abstain from A.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Mayor Baldwin?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, first up, we have consideration for approval request for county special use Cosmos Solar 1 and 2.
Yes. This is a request for a county special use for an 80-acre parcel at the northeast corner of Delaney and Spencer Roads. As you can see from this map, it is just south of Ashton, or southeast of Ashton Estates North, and it is directly across Spencer Road from property that was annexed into the village and zoned for residential development. They are proposing two kind of separate facilities, totaling a significant number of solar arrays. And the comprehensive plan recommends residential development for this property as well as all of the surrounding properties. So staff has, and the Plan Commission has significant concerns about our ability to implement the comprehensive plan on the remaining parcels in this area. They are meeting all of the county's minimum setback requirements from the property lines, rights of way, and any occupied or homes. But as you can see, it is right snuggled up adjacent to existing and planned commercial or residential developments. They're proposing two access roads, one from Spencer Road, which is under the village's jurisdiction, and one from Delaney Road, which I believe is the New Lenox Township Road Commissioner. With regards to Spencer Road, if the village board is in support of that, they're proposing it to be like a grass pave access, and staff would recommend that they be required to comply with our commercial entrance, which would be a concrete apron, curb and gutter.
But this is another instance where I don't feel like what we say the county board has really any discretion, whether we oppose it or whether residents oppose it. Most likely, the county board will have to approve it.
Well, we're going to say it anyway.
Exactly.
In whatever control we have over Spencer Road, we in no way, shape, or form are supportive of this project. Board, please correct me if you're wrong, if I'm wrong, and whatever authority we have to deny access there or what type of road is built there. My position is that we deny it. This is, again, people want to say this becomes political. This isn't political. I don't care who the governor was that pushed this crap through, taking away our authority and the county's authority to be able to plan for our own communities. And this is a board that's proven it's not anti-solar. We have all kind of warehouses that solar can go on roofs, and they have. There's another piece of property that was surrounded by nothing that we didn't object to solar that we didn't object to solar. So we're not just taking a stand that we're anti-something. We have found plenty of space for it. This is nothing more than a governor that wants to take all authority away from everyone other than the state so he can push his agenda that serves no purpose other than his own political gain. Doesn't even help a side. It helps one man in his attention and desire for power. That's all it does. So my hope is that the board votes to object here, to file an objection, and that you would also concur that we will do nothing to assist in this project whatsoever. It's detrimental to the growth of our community. Nobody, not only in Will County, I don't know if there's anyone in any county that is growing residentially like we have. This is surrounded by residential or future residential development, so you can't say, like was tried on a previous solar project, well, nobody wants to build here. We're on the verge of having close to 1,500 to 2,000 homes that will be platted in this community. We'll be building 300 or 400 homes a year for the next 5 or 6 years. Dick, you were on a plan commission years ago. I mean, it hasn't been seen in 20 years here, and it's not being seen anywhere else. So it's not like this land can't be used for residential. We have very successful residential going on right there. It's hard to blame the property owner when people come in with ridiculous sums of money to buy up their land. And I'm all about people's right to do with what they want to do with their land, but there have to be limitations. I mean, the property owner could sell it to industrial, but the governor hasn't taken away our right to say no to industrial at this point. So filing an objection, we're going to do it. We're going to strenuously do it. I'm assuming, board, any objection to that? And also that we will do nothing to accommodate access to our road. Fair? Any questions or comments from board members? Okay, so you need us to file an objection?
Just a motion.
Is there a motion to file an objection here?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Scalise, second by trustee Wilson. Any comments or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Mayor Baldwin?
Aye, motion carries. And I will say too, because the county took a lot of heat, because they did vote no for us. And then we're told by a judge that they had to vote yes. Look, I get it. And if that, ultimately, that's what the county board does, and I don't blame them, I understand. But this is, if you have any objection to any of this whatsoever, get on the phone and call your state senator and your state representative. We were able to successfully stop the build plan until the veto session, and that's coming back to take away more zoning authority from us. Believe it. So we would encourage anyone that's opposed to this sort of development to get on the phone and tell all your friends and neighbors to get on the phone. Because you may not live by it today, but you might live by it tomorrow. So, all right, good? All right, thank you. All right, next up is consideration for approval of request for county rezoning and special uses 13148 Maple Road. Robin?
Yes, so this property is on the north side of Route 6, just east of Parker Road. It is bordered by the ComEd overhead power lines to the north and west. The request is to rezone it from A2 to the county C4 Highway Commercial District, as well as special uses for construction, sales, and service business, auto, and similar rebuilding, repair, vehicle storage and towing, and there is an existing landscaping business as well that's operating out of the site. The request would legally establish the historical use of the property, while our comprehensive plan recommends residential with its location on US Route 6. We feel that the commercial zoning is not out of character for the area. And if you look, it looks like there's something going on that property to the west as well, so we may see that one in the future. But with respect to this request, our concern with the C4 is that it does allow some uses that we would not recommend, some cannabis-related, and this is very similar to the request that we had a little bit further to the west, where it was a landscape business that wanted to go in there, and in that case, we entered into a pre-annexation agreement with that owner to restrict the uses and to stipulate landscaping and screening requirements. When this was brought to the Plan Commission, the petitioner's attorney did state that they would do the same for this property, so therefore the Plan Commission recommended that the village not legally object to the rezoning or object to the special uses. They are also planning to add another building for vehicle storage and maintenance. So that is staff's report on this one.
And I noticed that what there's one residence to the east of the property?
Yes.
And have we heard from that
Well,
resident?
we wouldn't because it would be a county rezoning,
Right, but I
but
didn't know
no.
if they know it's going to be before.
No,
our
and if
planning
you look,
commission.
it's pretty heavily
Yeah, there's a
natural,
lot.
there's a lot of
buffer.
natural
Yeah.
vegetation around it, and the business itself sits far off the road, and we'd like to keep it that way through the terms of the pre-annexation agreement.
All right, very good. Does the petitioner wish to add anything at this time? If so, just please come up and state your name.
Thank you, Mayor Balderman. I'm here with Trevor Bandowski, who is one of the three family members who own the property. They also own one of the tenants on the property. They own Portable John, which is an
Oh, sure.
LLC, which makes portable lavatories and ships them all over the country.
Right.
We are happy. In fact, I was overjoyed when I finally realized that we were on your side of a boundary agreement, and we are happy to be able to sign a pre-annexation agreement with the Village of New Lenox. Once you're contiguous, we would automatically annex.
And so I know you've had conversations with Robin, some of the concerns for some uses that we have, you don't find any objection with that?
If the uses that you have in whatever the appropriate district aren't, you don't want us to have them there, we have no problem with that.
Great.
Absolutely no problem.
All right.
We want to continue with Portable John.
Sure.
Okay, where they get shells made from new cargo containers, and in those shells, they put both, come on up here, Trevor. I almost flunked general science in high school, so,
Mr. Mayor, hi.
How are you? Just
this
state your
is
name.
Trevor Bandowski.
Hi.
His father is a 50% owner, Trevor is a 25%, his brother Tyler is a 25%
Family
owner
business.
of both Phase and Portable John.
Yep.
Tell them quickly.
So the overall property, we cleaned this up. We've owned it now for about 4 or 5 years. It's been a
Yeah.
wonderful property. We've done a lot of our own screening. We've planted 41 pine trees in the front. We've cleaned up a lot of commercial trash off the front.
There were roughly 7,000 ash trees brought to this site out of the village of Orland Park.
And
And they were dumped there.
That was
And
that's my
don't.
understanding.
Yeah.
So thank you for your cleanup efforts already.
I'm an environmentalist at heart, so making properties look good, perform well. It's just called being a good neighbor and a good American when, you know, your water runoff doesn't flood your neighbor.
Sure.
We've had a great relationship with the neighbor to the east. The tenant there, groundskeeper, does all their landscaping, maintains the pond, so just a great relationship. The building we're proposing is kind of mixed use for now. We're going to use it for storage to get stuff that is outside, inside, because that's how we prefer it. It's going to be a net zero building, so what that means is the building will pretty much have no energy impact to the neighbors around it, which is something that I'm very proud of. I'm an engineer, so building something that is completely off-grid and can also contribute to the grid. I believe that in the future, businesses will be required to basically offset the energy that they're demanding. So we're going to take that leap forward with this and say it's off-grid, it's net zero, and it's going to be positive for the community.
Very good. And council says, of course, that you have no objection to the pre-annexation agreement.
No objections, no.
With some of our objections being, all right. So with our, if the board is so inclined to not file an objection with the county contingent upon that pre-annexation agreement, your petitioner is good with that?
We're fine with that.
Excellent, all right.
We're
Any
fine.
questions from the board? No? All right, and then is there a motion to not file an objection contingent upon the petitioner entering into a pre-annexation agreement to address some of those uses we would want to see?
Yeah.
So moved. Second.
Motion by trustee Mattson, second by trustee Wilson. Any comments or questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Mayor Baldwin?
Aye, motion carries.
Okay.
Good luck, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate
We're
it.
before the county's Planning and Zoning Commission next Tuesday night, I think.
Okay,
And probably before the county board next month. I'm not sure. Hopefully, we can get this done before then, but
good.
you have my commitment, and I know Trevor, so we're
That,
gonna
all
do
you
that.
have to say.
Yeah.
That's good enough for us.
Right.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you, we appreciate you, good luck.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
You've proven once again you're supportive of solar.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Okay. Next up is consideration of an ordinance creating section 54-136 of the Village Code, possession of Kratom, to prohibit the sale and distribution in the Village of New Lenox. It's the first read. I have asked council to draft this ordinance to look at this. It is, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's an herbal substance that can produce opioid and stimulant-like effects, but it's not presently regulated under the Illinois Controlled Substances Act. We do have some places here locally that sell it. This is on the agenda. Both the clerk and I, and maybe some of you, I don't know, but both the clerk and I, especially today, received a number of emails. For me, and I believe the clerk as well, the majority of them were in support of us banning this substance from people who've lost loved ones to it. In fairness, there were also some that were opposed to us banning it. And again, even in more fairness, it wasn't even a total, hey, it was a we get it, but if you ban it in this form, but not in this form, it can be okay. So in speaking with council, it gets kind of difficult when you get down to that. There are a lot of communities that have banned this substance, but we have a speaker. Are you Michael?
Yes.
Yes, please step forward. Michael Fasano from Orland Park, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Michael, please.
Thank you for letting me speak
Of course.
today. My name is Michael Fasano. I consume the natural tea, Kratom, as in a tea form. I've been consuming it on and off for probably like 15 years. No abuse problems, no health problems. I'm healthy. I'm a productive member of society. I mainly consume it for chronic insomnia, and I found it also helpful for my joint pains. Unfortunately, over the past 2 years, maybe a little bit more, bad actors have formulated semi-synthetic versions, predominantly 7-hydroxy, 7-OH, and it's been really frustrating because what's going on now is there's this confusion between which is what. And finally, just recently, in the month of July, the Drug Enforcement Agency has announced putting Schedule 1 on 708 or anything semi-synthetic. In their notice of intent, they made it clear they were not banning the leaf version of it. They put it at a threshold. So that, they should be making that official any day or any week now. So that I'm relieved on, because once that is put into place, that becomes illegal, and that's beyond getting a fine if you get caught selling it. You're going to arrest you, you're going to go to jail, and I'm totally fine with that. I'm friends with people on Facebook, people that I got to know really well. They could sue me for chronic pain. They've been cut off pain medicine. They get side effects from their medicine. They also could sue the natural tea, kratom leaf, and other issues too, such as, PTSD and whatnot. So I'm not a regulator. I don't know how regulation goes, but I'm just here to share my experience with it. I understand that there are probably people within this area that may not be aware of such an ordinance taking place. I know I don't keep track of my city council agendas, but as you said earlier, a good compromise that can benefit all of us. And I'm hoping we come to some regulatory standpoint, but I think the big thing right now is the DEA making that announcement and officially banning the synthetic would lift a huge burden off these, states and these counties that are having a difficulty to figure out what is what. So,
All right, Michael, I appreciate you coming and sharing your experience. So clearly, being someone who uses it, you're more aware of it than I am. You're more
Yes.
knowledgeable on it than I am. So let me ask you, this leaf, this tea that you get, where do you purchase that at currently?
I purchase it online from a vendor.
Okay.
I've also gone to like CBD Kratom, and there's another one too. And they're specifically, they're not a smoke shop type. They're just, Kratom, incense stick, CBD type. They're educated, if I have a question, they'll be able to, answer my question. The vendor that I buy from online, they have a QR code on the package. I could scan it, and it brings me to they do third-party lab testing. They provide a certificate of analysis. I could go there, I could see the company name, I could see the phone number, I could call them up to verify the legitimacy to ensure that there are no contaminants.
So where's the synthetic kratom being sold? At the gas stations and that
Yeah.
sort of thing? Can you get what you want at the gas stations and the liquor stores, or do they not sell that as well?
I have not seen leaf sold in gas stations, God, I don't see them sold. I do see the leaf in the smoke shops though, but I also see the synthetic sold in the
In the
smoke
smoke
shops
shop.
too.
All right, so let me ask you, you say that the leaf has helped you and it's not been addictive and it's different than the synthetic, and the DEA is going to rule that the leaf is okay and the synthetic is bad.
Correct.
Is there some other way to take kratom, in your opinion, or what you've read from the DEA, other than the leaf, that is acceptable and not as harmful as the synthetic version of it? Or is it just the leaf?
I just consume the powder leaf and I make a tea with it. That's
So
the
you don't know of
traditional.
any other safe ways to take kratom? So what so in your opinion, if the village was to ban all kratom other than the leaf that you're speaking of, the people who use kratom successfully, that would satisfy them?
Yes, sir.
So there isn't another way, well, but I also take this and it's safe too.
Yeah, correct.
It's
correct.
just a leaf tea that goes in the tea.
Yeah, the most people that I know, that I'm aware of, like my friends because, I just want to say too, I don't belong to any industry. I don't get paid for any of this.
No. We appreciate you sharing your.
Yeah, I appreciate this too. But I've got to know these people through Facebook Messenger, and they're people with more severe pain conditions that have found more benefit than I do, and all of them consume the traditional natural kratom.
And that you typically either get online or at a Kratom CBD store.
Yeah, CBD kratom.
But not at Shell at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, and what's really a bit distasteful is like go to the gas station and the 708, the semi-synthetic, they're in like tablets or like gummies or whatever, and they'll have like fancy names like Perks or Dopium, and So I'm just as much as disgusted with that type of marketing as anyone else.
All right, well, listen, we know you don't live in our community, but you've provided a lot of information, and we appreciate you taking the time to come here and share your story with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay.
All right, board thoughts on it? I am not as up on this as, other than what I've seen and read. It's a first read item. I don't know how the rest of you feel. I'm not opposed to doing a little more research myself. Maybe you want to do a little more research if you haven't, or maybe you already know. And if you do, please share. But to look a little bit at this, as long as, and this was my conversation with council, as long as it's something that's pretty simple to parcel up one little thing and say, okay, and not here. I don't know that that's the case, but I'm certainly open, because we did get some letters that were similar to what Michael had said, that had talked about how it's helped with PTSD or with some chronic pains and whatnot. And there's clearly a difference between a natural and a synthetic. So it's only a first read item tonight, but I'm open to doing a little more research over the next couple weeks, and when it comes back for a second read, we can leave it as is and pass it, or we can pass it with that exception if you're open to that. So I'll open it up to the board and get your thoughts.
What I know of this stuff right now is what this gentleman just told me, so I think that's wise to maybe verify that there is kind of a definitive line
Yeah,
between the two.
okay.
And if there is, then I
Yeah.
think that's something we need to consider.
Yeah, any other thoughts?
It sounds like anything that isn't well-known yet, hasn't been tested thoroughly or run through the FDA, get to know it a little bit more. I also just learned all of that today and would be open to researching it more and finding out more about it, maybe making those parameters cater more to things like he was sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone handles different substances differently. It's all how you use it. It's being smart in whatever you're partaking in. That's people's decision, but this is to protect them from the stuff that is not quality or, doesn't have any kind of testing done on it.
Yeah, for me, I mean, we have a cannabis store. I mean, and part of that mindset is if it's natural and it's, what I mean, it's not shown to be addictive, it's whatever. Obviously, opioids are a huge crisis in this country. And if these synthetic drugs are acting, they're giving you that opioid feel, and you can get addicted to them or something, and they can do damage to you. We don't want any part of that. But if there is a natural component, as Michael talked about, like with the leaf and the tea leaf, I mean, I'm certainly open to having some thoughts on it, or further look at it. Jim?
I did basic research on it.
Yeah.
Some states have got rid of it. Some UK doesn't allow it. And I did read that some people use it for medicinal purposes.
Yeah.
I guess my question is, in New Lenox, besides the cannabis stores, is it mainly the synthetic stuff being sold at gas stations, or is it this cannabis store the only one that's selling the leaf version as well?
Yeah, Jim, that's a great point. And I think that was my understanding is it's the gas stations and those sorts of places, maybe even liquor stores, I don't know, that are selling the synthetic version that nobody wants any part of.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying the natural tea, we may do some research and find out that there's all kind of problems with that too, or people are claiming there are. I don't know the answer, but there's enough of it, I think, in the synthetic version that pretty much everybody seems to think is bad, is what we see a lot in the local stores, or the gas stations.
Because that was my main question. It sounds like you get, for the most part, you get your stuff online, with the exception you shop at stores. So if we're just looking to get rid of the synthetic version, that's mainly the gas stations. I'd like to know a little bit more about what.
Sure.
Do people actually sell the leaf version in this town?
Yeah, so we can find out. I can direct the chief to look and see what's currently being sold in the different places where we're at. We banned vape, but we have the one vape place that was grandfathered in. I don't know if they sell there, but certainly over the next couple of weeks, I can have the chief do some research. And let's make sure, Kurt, in the board packet 2 weeks from now in the blue sheets that we kind of give a report from the chief as to what he found out, what's being sold in town. And then we can all do it's not his job to do the research, but we can all do our own individual research on what we see with the leaf and the natural as opposed to the synthetic, and come back and have a discussion as a board. Lindsay, anything you want to add?
And then you had mentioned it's sold at the gas station. Is there an age limit on there? Do you have to be of age to?
It's behind the counter, so.
Yeah.
So like young, like the minors, when they go in there, if it's like a gummy or something, do they have access to purchase that?
No, I think they have to be 18.
You have to
I think they have to be 18 to purchase it.
Okay.
Because it's just behind the glass counter.
Right, yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to be 18 to purchase it, but, yeah. So, but we'll get all that information for you, and you'll have that in your packet for the next board meeting, and then the 6 or 7 of us can have a discussion about what we found out, and everyone can vote the way that they choose. Sound good?
Sound good.
Michael, thank you for taking the
Thank
time.
you. And if you need anything else, let me know.
I have your information, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, be well. Okay. Next, we have consideration for approval of a contract electrical upgrade for the police department. Mark?
Yeah, so during one of our most recent storms, we discovered that a very small percentage of the electrical outlets and circuits at the police department were actually on the battery backup system. They are on the generator system, however, the generator had an issue during this particular storm, so they were in the dark for quite a bit because the battery backup didn't take over. So this proposal is to upgrade the outlets and circuits needed as identified by the chief, the ones that need to be powered up at all times. We got a couple quotes from trusted contractors. Excel Electric was the lowest at $19,625.
All right, very good. Any questions for Mark? All right, is there a motion to approve the contract?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Mattson, second by trustee Christopherson. If there's nothing further, a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Mayor Baldwin?
Aye, motion carries. All right, under reports and communications, we have another concert this weekend, so hopefully have some good weather. Get out there and enjoy that. Thank you in advance to all our people who do such a great job with that. And Kim, congratulations again for all your work with the budget preparation. All right, that's all I have. If there's nothing for me, village attorney? Thank you. Village administrator?
Staff has nothing further?
All right, thank you. Payroll and disbursements, trustee Mattson?
Yes, I make the motion to approve our bi-monthly disbursements in the amount of $1,208,823.67 and a manual disbursement in the amount of $14,750. In addition to these disbursements, approval is needed for payroll in the amount of $668,552.51 paid on August 21st, 2026, and that would be in the form of a motion.
And I will second that.
Okay, motion's been properly moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? Roll call vote?
Trustee Riser?
Aye.
Trustee Mattson?
Aye.
Trustee Scalise?
Aye.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Christopherson?
Aye.
Mayor Baldwin?
Aye, motion carries. Anything else, Keith?
No, sir.
All right, there's no one here for comments from the floor. Trustee comments, trustee Riser?
Hey, Kim, congratulations. I feel like it's like a holiday. It comes every year now. Great job.
Very good. Trustee Mattson?
Yeah, congratulations, Kim. You have so many of these, you could probably wallpaper your office.
A few offices.
And I want to wish everyone a safe and happy Labor Day.
Yeah, very good. Very good, thank you. Trustee Christopherson?
Congrats to Kim, and proud to have you in our corner.
Very good. Trustee Wilson?
Congratulations, Kim, and hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday.
Thank you very much. Trustee Scalise?
Congratulations, Kim. Job well done.
All right, excellent. Well, we have no need for executive session tonight, so if there's nothing further, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Scalise, second by trustee Wilson. All those in favor signify by a voice vote of aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.